There's a reason you feel like you don't fit in, and it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because you were never meant to shrink yourself to survive shallow rooms. You move through the world with questions most people are afraid to ask, depth most people refuse to explore, and awareness that makes comfort impossible. When you walk into a room and feel out of place, it's often because your mind is already miles ahead, observing what others are still reacting to. You were built for conversations that change lives, not small talk that kills time, and that alone will make you feel lonely among crowds. The world wasn't designed for people who feel everything gluttily, think endlessly, and refuse to live on autopilot. You don't fit in because you see patterns others call coincidence, truths others call uncomfortable, and futures others aren't ready for. Most people want belonging. You want meaning, and that difference will always set you apart. You weren't created to blend in, because blending in would require you to dim a mind that was meant to question everything. Feeling out of place is often the first sign that you're operating beyond the emotional and intellectual ceiling of your environment. You don't speak the language of surface level living, and that's why your silence feels louder than their noise. While others chase approval, you chase understanding, and that journey is usually a lonely one. You sense things before they happen, feel shifts before they're visible, and that awareness isolates you from people who only believe what they can touch. You don't fit in because your soul isn't satisfied with repeating yesterday just to survive today. Being different isn't the curse. You just woke up early in a world still asleep. You notice how people avoid depth, how they fear stillness, and how they mistake distraction for happiness. Your mind doesn't rest where theirs settles, and that makes you both powerful and misunderstood. You were never meant to belong everywhere, only where truth is valued more than comfort. The loneliness you feel isn't emptiness, it's space waiting for the right frequency to meet it. You think in layers while most people think in moments, and that alone changes how you experience everything. You don't fit in because you're not here to play roles. You're here to understand the script. Most people live inside rules they never questioned. You questioned them before you even knew their names. You feel different because you are more aware, more sensitive, more allergic to what's underneath. The world rewards conformity, but your soul refuses to negotiate with mediocrity. You were never meant to be common, and common spaces will always feel uncomfortable to you. You outgrow rooms long before you leave them, and that's why familiar places start to feel suffocating. Your discomfort isn't weakness, it's intelligence refusing to settle. You don't fit in because you feel time differently, people differently, and truth more sharply. While others follow paths laid out for them, you keep asking who built the road and why. You see through illusions most people cling to just to feel safe. You're not antisocial. You're selectively social with meaning. Your mind doesn't shut off to survive the day. It stays awake to understand the world. You weren't designed for shallow validation, quick praise, or borrowed identities. You feel out of place because you belong to a future that hasn't caught up yet. The weight you carry comes from seeing more, not being less. You don't fit in because your thoughts don't stop where theirs get comfortable. You crave connection that goes beyond faces and names, connection that touches truth. You notice the lies people tell themselves, and that awareness makes pretending impossible. Being different was never your flaw. It was the signal that you're tuned to a higher resolution of reality. You don't move with the crowd because your instincts don't trust noise. You were built for clarity, not chaos disguised as normal. The reason you feel isolated is because depth recognizes depth, and it's rare. You don't fit in because you refuse to numb yourself just to feel accepted. You experience life in full color while most people live in grayscale. You were never meant to live life on mute, and loud environments can't handle quiet wisdom. Your presence disrupts comfort because it carries awareness. You're not lost, you're just early. You feel different because your mind keeps reaching for truth even when it hurts. You don't fit in because your soul demands honesty over harmony. The world feels strange to you because you see it without the filters others rely on. You don't follow trends, you follow understanding. Your loneliness isn't rejection, it's alignment waiting to happen. You don't belong in places where growth is optional and depth is avoided. You feel disconnected because you're connected to something bigger than social approval.